Yes, the number's now been put at 30. The streets are completely in complete chaos. Obviously, the event started with what we thought was a bar in Rue de Charon, but actually is a restaurant. This is a restaurant heavily populated with lots of nightlife going on, so clearly a very kamikaze attack that happened. Opening fire in a restaurant, obviously you will have multiple victims everywhere. Observers are saying that there are bodies lying in the road, so hence why we have cordons everywhere. There is going to have to be people being evacuated, and also this is a community. It's an area of Paris which is very family-based, very community, but there's a heavy police presence since January, with police and military walking around securing places of worship with machine guns, and it's one of the areas of Paris where you would notice since January probably the most profound police presence. Shortly afterwards, of course, there was the Stade de France, and now we're hearing about Bataclan just down the road.
And an indication they've got this problem at Stade de France now, that the crowd was kept there for the match to continue, but they now have got to get all those, well, tens of thousands of people to safety, with all of them having got the news of what's been happening elsewhere across the capital.
Indeed, I imagine they kept everyone there for the safety of it being easier and it being the safest option. But now they're going to have to transfer an enormous amount of people back to the city.
Yeah.
Many people also living in the suburbs area, and I'm not sure how they will have the capacity to do that at this point, considering that everything is cordoned off, and I imagine no public transport.
Yeah, Jess, we're just getting more from a police official being quoted by AP news agency, who says there have been around 100 hostages taken at the Paris theatre, the Bataclan, 35 dead, but we don't know whether that's indicating that 35 are dead at that location or whether that's the total figure. We had this figure of 30 earlier. 11 perhaps suggested killed at the restaurant.
Yes, indeed. We had a figure earlier of 30. I would have assumed that was more the restaurant area, since we don't have any direct observers outside the theatre, and we don't know where the shooters from the restaurant have gone afterwards. I imagine they have fled the scene, obviously, but we haven't heard police reports in which direction they have left. And the hostage situation is still going on. We don't know who the perpetrators are of the situation, but as reports have come in earlier that it was a attempted suicide attack in the Stade de France with and various grenades, where there's been a heavy grenade and AK-47 presence around the theatre and the restaurant.